Many thanks for inviting us Chinese scholars in this very important forum. My presentation is Strive for a Harmonious World Through Cultural Inclusion and Coexistence. Increasing globalization in the present day has heightened our awareness of cultural coexistence. The presence of the global village, where populations of all countries are able to meet frequently, and all countries and all cultures to interact directly, has made vast geographical distances as well as deep feelings of estrangement disappeared quickly. As countries and cultures keep interacting with one another on a scale the world has never seen, their diversity has become too obvious to overlook, which calls for great wisdom if they are to live side by side harmoniously. In this connection, what mankind has been working on, such as consensus building, inter-civilizations dialogue, and peaceful coexistence, bears on the destiny of mankind and the survival of the world as a whole. We applaud the activities by the World Public Forum of Inter-Civilization Dialogue and appeal to all the people on Earth to work concertedly for a peaceful and harmonious world. The 20th century left behind a large body of experience and lessons whose aftermath and impact are still very much with us. That deserves a serious reflection on our part even today. We experienced 2 world wars and Cold War in the 20th century. And in the post-Cold War period, we saw either old troubles revived or new ones instigated by so-called clash of civilizations. We have seen heated conflicts, even wars between different ethnic groups, different religions, and different sects, and felt for ourselves and the deep agony and sorrow brought by them, particularly in the Middle East, in Syria, Egypt, and other places where Asian and African join. The situation has gone from bad to worse, with international politics become more touch and go, and the state-to-state relations grew increasingly complex. With human coexistence out of order and the society plunged into chaos, world peace and tranquility has become more and more elusive. At the same time, peace-loving people around the world have persevered in promoting dialogue and reconciliation so as to remove the seeds of confrontation and reduce the threat of war. It is our hope that the 21st century will be a century of international cooperation and inter-civilization dialogue. Because only dialogue and cooperation can give our world a chance for survival and development, and make mankind a community of coexistence where tolerance and conclusion prevail. Driven by desires to reduce conflicts and wars, mankind has worked energetically to increase dialogue and understanding, which reflects the progress and the maturity of humanity. The consensus we have reached is war leaves both hurt, while peace lets both prosper. The need to survival and live on harmoniously requires us to replace confrontation with dialogue, chaos with harmony, and all those with whirlwind in the world of human coexistence. We must work vigorously to resolve disputes, stop wars, and give the reins to peace and tranquility. As much as possible, it is for this purpose that we are gathering here, mingling and making acquaintances with one another, learning and understanding each other, talking, interacting, sharing, and building consensus among us. Therefore, opting for inter-civilization dialogue and working together to build one world for all of us should become a consensus of mankind and the mainstream trend of world development. The meeting, communication, dialogue, and understanding between cultures required one not only to self-consciously respect, appreciate, and preserve the culture of his own, but also to learn and appreciate other cultures which may very well have peculiar and equally proud advantages. Recognizing, respecting, and appreciating the diversity and individuality of cultures is the necessary precondition and the natural state of our coexistence, which no one can possibly transcend or has any need to do so. We advocate mutual respect, and the peaceful coexistence of all cultures, all values, all religions, and all social systems. The eventual integration of all cultures can only come about when they communicate fully and enjoy a harmonious coexistence. While living in a world of great pluralism, we must take full recognition of diversity as the prerequisite and realization of harmonious coexistence as the ultimate aim. The integration of civilization should be based on our consensus and synergy, and the diversity of civilizations requires that we oppose hegemony of either one particular country or one particular religion. Only in this way can we ensure equality of all countries and the coexistence of all religions. In this era of globalization and the internet, cultural exchanges are frequently conducted with inter-civilization dialogue being looked at as the first or even the best choice. We must bring ourselves out of the shadows of war and do our best to avoid confrontation. In this sense, dialogue provides us with a useful path to coexistence, based on preservation of diversity of civilizations. We must strive to build a peaceful and harmonious world through cultural inclusion. Herein lies the wisdom of cultures to live side by side, harmoniously, and the art for them to achieve mutual understanding and coexistence. In this connection, there is a role for politics, culture, ethnicity, and religion to play, as they all shoulder an unshakable responsibility. It could be said that without dialogues between and among all civilizations, there can be no coexistence of all human cultures. Even more crucial is the commitment to harmony by conflicting political pursuits or different religious persuasions. Without a conscious awareness of cultural coexistence and its eventual realization, building an international community based on coexistence will just be an empty talk and bring about a harmonious world, a fond but elusive dream. If we really want to make the dream come true, we must act and act together. Human cultures of various kinds may converge to become a community of common cultural identity. In fact, mankind has already learned to live amicably together by putting aside their differences. Such communities of common identity may take the form in political areas of the United Nations, the European Union, ASEAN, and AU, in economic area of the WTO, IMF, and World Bank, and in legal area of the World Organization of IPR Protection and the International Court of Justice in The Hague, etc. Consciously cultivating a sense of community of common identity in our pluralistic world will help both solidify the existing communities of human existence, and pave the way for future communities of human development. These communities of common identity deserve our greater respect and our renewed commitment to making them work more effectively. By the same token, and perhaps in a deeper sense, communication, dialogue, cooperation, and collaboration between religions or spiritual values may also be pursued in keeping with the model of community of common cultural identity. As the world becomes a lot more integrated politically and economically, and as globalization has taken roots in practically all areas of human endeavors, exploring for the establishment of a community-based civilization through cultural dialogue and cooperation is certainly worth trying. This is why we are pushing for greater progress in inter-civilization dialogue. Cultural or civilization communities of common identity may be, for the time being or forever, a mission impossible if we are to take the form of large and all-embracing international organizations. They, however, can serve as a topical theme for us to discuss on this inter-civilization dialogue forum or other multicultural gathering. In a sense, without inter-civilization dialogue, there can be no cultural coexistence. And without cultural coexistence, there can be no international coexistence and global harmony. That is why we must keep working for inter-civilization dialogue and for closer and lasting friendship and cooperation among all of us. No one can deny that in either inter-civilization conflicts or inter-civilization dialogues of the past, religion played a crucial role, particularly in decisions bearing on war or peace. Religion, as the spiritual resource and the mental articulation of mankind, is often regarded as a symbol of people's cultural or civilization identity and continuity, and occupies a pivotal place in many countries' social life as their most representative characters. Given this, it is imperative for us to help religion play a more positive role for world peace by turning it into key force in preventing wars and stopping conflicts. Improved communication and increased understanding among different religions can help countries, ethnicities, and other social groupings to turn sword into plowshare and achieve reconciliation and peace. But we must also be vigilant enough to keep religion's misunderstanding or strife from escalating into ethnic conflict, political crisis, or even war. Therefore, we must bring religion into inter-civilization dialogue, giving it a greater role to play in promoting ethnic reconciliation and international cooperation, and encourage it to express and to expand constructive dialogues it has involved in, with a view to nurturing a better atmosphere of friendship and peace in the world. Here in China, religion has played a positive role in the development of the country's new culture. The history of China's reform and opening up coincides with the golden period of harmony and expansion of China's many religions. China's social harmony and ethnic unity are inseparable from the participation of all religious communities in the country. Religious dialogues and forums held in China contribute positively to peaceful religious relations in the world. In the future, China's religious communities will play a greater role and exert a more positive influence in China's society. We will attach great importance to the role played by religion in advancing China's social value, ethics, and cultural dialogue. Vigorously guides religion to better adapt to China's social development and cultural renewal, and help the Chinese culture to contribute more to a peaceful and harmonious world. From a global point of view, inter-civilization dialogue and the building of a harmonious world requires the participation of the world's major countries. The major countries, thanks to their outstanding political, economical, military, diplomatic, and cultural weight, occupy an irreplaceable position in determining or altering global balance of power. These countries should be asked to act responsibly in maintaining world peace and justice. They should be fair, equitable, just, and abide by the UN Charter and the international norms. They should be asked not to go after selfish interests, behave in a biased way, or commit injustice, which should find full expression in the handling of current international political, economical, cultural, and other affairs. We must stand opposed to all political practices that violate the UN Charter, international law, and the WTO rules. All ideological prejudices and trade protectionism and all acts of gross interference in the internal affairs of other countries in violation of international law and the pretext of protecting human rights, humanitarianism, and religious freedom. The major countries, therefore, must be held to a higher standards when it comes to their role in maintaining international order and upholding world peace. What's in international affairs or inter-civilization dialogue, China is playing an increasing role. We should thank the people of various countries for the understanding and the support they have given to China's reform and the opening up, and cherish the true friendship we have forged with the various countries in the course of international exchanges. Against the backdrop of globalization, China ought to look more closely at the relationship between the Chinese civilization and the world civilization. What is more, China is duty-bound to offer ideas and proposals for the creation of a globalized civilization. The Chinese civilization has lasted over 5,000 years, boasting such advocates as the middle way, harmony, and peace. The Chinese culture focuses on the unity of the diverse, emphasizing all over elemental specific and co-construction development, and creating a unique culture of harmony and integration. Though influenced by the great unification pattern, China's multi-ethnic culture has managed to retain a rich texture of diversity and individuality, which underpins an overall structure of stability and harmony. The ideal state of Chinese culture sees the whole mankind as one single family and the world a united community. It treats alien cultures with tolerance and inclusion and pursues development by following the dictates of nature and man's greatest virtues. In the long course of development, the Chinese culture has come to the realization that unity or identity is an aspired state of things, one that could be seen only in dream, whereas harmony is real, physical, and present that mankind can achieve for coexistence. The Chinese invented the culture of harmony and recommended it to the rest of the world in the hope that it could be adopted to make the world a harmonious place. In its dealing with the outside world, particularly in its cooperation with the Rules Forum and the World Public Forum of Inter-Civilization Dialogue, China's Song Qin-ning Foundation has worked actively to promote the late Honorary President's belief in universal harmony and cooperation of mankind, while highlighting its interest and participation in the cause for world peace and its desire to tell China's true stories to the world in the faithful service of truth. The foundation has organized the prominent Chinese personalities and scholars to study and participate in the Rules Forum and to prepare an open roundtable at the forum entitled Facing the Future, China and the World from Multiple Perspectives. Here, I would like to call on all scholars from around the world to participate in this roundtable for sincere exchanges and increased understanding and friendship. All cultures, in their contacts and interactions with one another, have tried to understand, emulate, and adapt to one another in order to achieve harmony. Their values will find ample expressions in the public forum of inter-civilization dialogues and other platforms. Thanks to such exciting meetings of minds, as well as an inclusive approach to cultural diversity, we will be able to keep the dialogue going in the interest of world peace and harmony. I'm confident that our efforts will bear rich fruits. Let me take this opportunity to express my high esteem to all those who have held similar beliefs and worked persistently to promote the inter-civilization dialogues. Thank you very much.